Brandon with Whiskey River Trading, and this is Whiskey River Weekly. I've got some updates for you. 32C dropping on the website. This is a late video. We usually do these earlier in the day, handle drops, but I figured, you know what, it's Friday. We're gonna do a Friday drop. We should wait until people are home and drop it then, instead of having to worry about the guys who are at work not hearing about these. So these are gonna sell quick. They're super, this has been a super long time coming on this handle. This is the same as our 32C, same as our 28C, but it's just 33 inches overall, so we're calling 32C. This has your heritage swell, large, oversized, tall eye, and I got just over a dozen of these white oak limited edition handles. So if you're looking for something that you're like, wow, I really want to make a showstopper piece, this is the handle. But we don't have many of these, and we are fresh out of white oak as of at the moment, and white oak's not too what did I say? Not too affordable. So we're still waiting to find more white oak, and we'll probably do a limited run around the first of the year of these again. But for now, that's what it is. If you buff this, if you oil this and buff this, it's gonna look just like your cabinets in your house, your flooring, and look really, really cool, so you can see that. But feels great. It's a touch thicker than the 30C, and I did that on purpose. You know, it's, we rounded out the front just a touch. That's something halfway kind of between the 28 and the 30C. It's still got a little bit of a point so you can steer it, which is very important on this handle since it is, you could fell with it. The 32 inches of great length for a felling axe. But if you don't like the thickness, you can just thin it down. It's maybe like a 16th thicker than the 30C is. What else I got in stock is this. This is the 19C. This is a full-size eye, 8/4 swell, just like we've been doing on everything else. This has been out of stock for quite some time. But yeah, this is a great kindling splitter, house axe, have next to the fireplace to make little medium-sized pieces of wood into little pieces of wood. And I am super excited to hang a head on one of these now that we've got them back in stock. So something was brought to my attention by Avery, a good customer of ours. He was like, hey, you should cut the kerf steeper on these. And I kind of wanted to explain this. It's a good point. He is correct. The kerfs do need to get cut deeper. Now, we cut this kerf in here with a machine as a guide. This is a guide for you to be able to cut it as deep as you want. Now, if you have a super tall head and you like to hang it high on the shoulder, this kerf might actually be deep enough. But I wanted to kind of explain this. Rule of thumb is on a head like this, well, or on any axe head, you want the wedge, the final fitment of the wedge, to come down between 2/3 and 3/4 of the way through the head. You don't want it to come all the way at the bottom. That leads to premature handle breaking, but you do want it to come pretty far down. Now, if you were to hang this head right at the top of this handle, it'd look weird, right? Because you'd have all this shoulder space, but that kerf would be actually the right distance. But you want to hang this down on the shoulder because that's how it looks nice and looks cool, right? I like hanging stuff between 3/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch above the shoulder. And in that case, you definitely would need to cut this kerf down. Now, take it to the bandsaw, take it to the handsaw, cut it down, cut your excess off the top, especially on a short-eyed axe head like this, and you're off to the races. So this is more of a guide, just because starting with a blank handle and cutting your kerf is actually hard for some people, and so we cut them as a guide. We don't offer handles without cut kerfs. That's something we get asked for every once in a while, but we are not we're not charging extra for that like some other handle companies do. We're not like, hey, you got to pay us an extra $1 or $2 or whatever to cut the kerf. We're just cutting the kerf in all of them because the kerf needs to be in all of them, and the kerfs are dead center because they're done on a piece of machinery. This isn't like stuck through a bandsaw or hand cut. This is actually a machine that is made to cut kerfs in axe handles. A custom machine. If you haven't heard of it, or if you haven't seen it, you should check it out on my Instagram account, whiskeyrivertrading.com or Whiskey River Trading Co. on Instagram. I think I shared some videos of how the kerfs are cut. So last and certainly not least is Picaroon pre-order closes on Monday. We have to submit our final numbers to council on Monday, and so that way they know how many put on pallet, because they're finishing up production on them and they're sending them our way. So pre-orders closed. We will have these in stock. However, I don't know at what capacity we will have these in stock. This is obviously a new product from them. There's a bunch of retailers that probably are wanting to pick this up because it's an awesome tool. So pre-order guarantees that you get one. We got 28s and 36s left, or as options. Both of them are available in pre-order. We close that Monday. I don't know what time on Monday, so get your order in between now and Sunday. And then we're gonna be closing that product for a little bit. We're still on a mid-September delivery date to us, so we'll be shipping them out mid-September to you guys. And I'm super pumped to have those arrive to you and hear your thoughts. Now, I really enjoy the 28. I sent Dalton the 36. He's been using that for some storm cleanup from that storm he got where the power was out a few weeks ago. The 36 is a lot better for getting stuff out of the back of a truck or pulling slabs off a sawmill. It's longer length, but I'm doing a lot of woods work and just firewood pile work, and so the 28 I find myself turning to that one more often. Now, get yourself one of each, rehang it. I think I'm gonna pull the handle out of one of them and hang one on this 19C to use for grabbing firewood, kind of a short-handled Picaroon. They have a full-size eye. Picaroons have a full-size eye, so yeah. What else? 28C. 28C still in stock, which is awesome. If you haven't tried that handle out, highly encourage you to give that a swing. Pun intended. But yeah, 32 and 28C, and then this 19C are all in stock on the website now. Be good, stay sharp, have a good weekend, and see you next week.